Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Little Stevie. Maybe we should just call you A. How you doing, man? Remember me? We've met. You may deny it, but you know we've run into each other a few times. And I know you remember Jobu, who you famously tried to take his head.
Stephen A.
Now I gotta tell you, Stephen A., you used to do really great sports journalism before First Take. You didn't hold any punches, and you used to tell it like it is. But now, you've become more like a reality show. And on top of it, it's just getting old. You're beginning to remind me of the old guy in the club. You know, where everybody else is half their age. You know, he's walking around with that drink. How you doing, girl? Hey, you want to dance? No, that's okay. Yeah, I didn't want to dance with you anyway. Well, that's beginning to be you. Because your stuff is outdated. Don't get me wrong. The accident waiting to happen was great too. But are you a one-hit wonder? Because when you talk about Tony Romo, you do realize that Tony Romo only played one series on the Dallas Cowboys last year. That he is no longer on the football team, that he's in the booth with CBS. So when you're doing a song saying that there's an accident waiting to happen about Tony Romo playing football, yeah, that's outdated. And I know you talk about the Cowboys are the accident waiting to happen. They haven't won the Super Bowl in 22 years, which is true, because I'm not satisfied that they haven't won one in a while, because I do want to win one. But you talk about them being dysfunctional, like everybody else has won a Super Bowl since the Dallas Cowboys, when it's just not true. You do realize that there are a total of 51 Super Bowl champions in the history of the NFL. And the Dallas Cowboys own 5 of them. Now, I know they're dusty, but in case you can't do the math, that's literally 10% of all Super Bowl trophies the Dallas Cowboys own. But again, over the course of the last 20 years, the Dallas Cowboys aren't the only one who haven't won a Super Bowl. Try Jacksonville. Try Miami. Try Carolina. Try the Eagles, who've never won one ever. Try Buffalo. Try the Jets. Try the Colts. Try Cleveland, Cincinnati, the Texans, the Raiders, the Chargers, Kansas City. Should I go on? Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago. So by your definition, they all should be accidents waiting to happen. But let me tell you what dysfunctional is. Dysfunctional is the Cleveland Browns, who every year draft a quarterback to only fail. To draft a guy like Trent Richardson thinking that he was going to be Jim Brown, yet he's more like Doo-Doo Brown. Or dysfunctional would be the Washington Redskins, who it's been over 25 years since they went to a Super Bowl, who signed every big-name free agent, who in fact had Jason Taylor at the Hall of Fame saying, "Thank you, Dan Snyder, for letting me steal all that money from you." That's dysfunctional. Because in the last 22 years since we won the Super Bowl, in our division, we've had more wins than anybody else. And in fact, 2 of the last 3 years, our team has won the division. And they're on pace, I believe, to win another one and to be one of the better football teams in the NFC. Dysfunctional would be not a team that realizes we got to win by drafting guys and has drafted more Pro Bowl players than anybody else. But anyway, I tell you what, I'm going to leave this argument for later. Because, Stephen A., I did your contest last year. In fact, you used some of my ideas on your show. Max definitely took one of my ideas verbatim. I want to debate you. I don't think you're man enough to take me on. Now, I would like to have a little bet, and we let the audience decide who is the winner. Now, I don't have money like you. I'm a guy who works a day job and works with my hands. But what I have is Cowboy Jobu here. He may not mean much to you. It means a lot to me. Jobu, I don't know if he's had anything to do with any of this, but good things happen around him. In fact, he's been banned by your New York Giants in their training facilities because they said after his visit, things went to crap. True story. After being snubbed getting into Hall of Fame, Charles Haley changed his Facebook profile to Jobu, and it's still to this very day Jobu, and he got into the Hall of Fame. Dak Prescott even wears a Jobu t-shirt. Sean Lee famously 3 years ago, after having knee surgery, said to Jobu, "I need you to keep me healthy and on the field." And since that time, I believe he's become one of the best linebackers in football. Now, again, I can't say Jobu had anything to do with it, but clearly, to me, Jobu means everything. But I'm willing to put Jobu on the line to go toe-to-toe against you. That's right. If I lose, you can do whatever you want to Cowboy Jobu. And I don't take it lightly, losing Jobu. So, Stephen A., you, with all of your experience on television, all of the shows going against Skip Bayless and all those guys, dealing with television every single day, surely this should be no challenge for you to take on a guy with a voodoo doll? A delusional Dallas Cowboy fan? I bet you don't have the guts to try me. See you around, little Stevie. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and I'm coming after you, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. What's up? Stephen A. What's up? Stephen A.